With the brand new Overwatch Club Penguin Season 3 update comes a new mechanic called fishing. So I'm gonna spend my entire afternoon calculating how much fish each hero can actually generate. For now, although the slip does give you one fish, it is essentially just faster to continuously shoot your gun straight up, for a whopping 1.25 fish per second. Lucio, Brick and Mercy can only get fishes from their primary fire, which puts Brick at a score of 1.67, Lucio at 4.3 and Mercy at 5 fish a second. For Baptiste, both primary and secondary fire does grant you a fish, so on average Baptiste can get up to 7 fish a second. Kiriko can only get fish through a kunai shots, but if you decide to throw the game and use rush and spawn, you can actually get 1.5 times attack speed multiplier, which puts Kiriko at 2.73 fish a second. Well, if you're a Moira player, sucks to be you. Moira can't get fishes from her primary, secondary, her balls and even coalescence. So the only way for Moira to get fishes is for her to punch into the well, which puts her at a whopping 1 fish a second. Let's go! Although it may seem that using Zenyatta's secondary fire will allow you to get the most fish possible, it is essentially just faster for you to It is essentially always faster for you to continuously hold left click into the well to get fishes at 2.5 fish a second. Now for the DPS, let's get the losers out of the way first. Genji, Junkrat, Mei, Sombra, Sojin and Widowmaker can only get fishes from their primary fire, so their respective fish per second are on the screen now. Sure, both Soldier and Echo can get fishes from their secondary fire, but essentially it is always faster for them to hold their primary fire, so both Soldier and Echo have a score of 9 fish a second. For some unknown reason, Ashe actually can get 2 fish per bullet of a gunshot. Her Coach Gun can grant her 6 additional fishes, while her Dynamite can also grant an extra 1. So the best way for Ashe to actually get the most fish is to use the Coach Gun followed by more primary fire shots. That gives her a total of 10 fish a second. Cassidy's Grenade can also grant you an extra fish, but just using the Fender Hammer for 6 fish a second is the best you're gonna get. For Hanzo, using Storm Arrows will grant him the faster rate of fire, which puts Hanzo at 4 fish a second. Since Beam doesn't give any fishes, so her right click only gives her 1 at a rate of 3 fish a second. But Torbjorn is a bit interesting. His primary fire only gives him 1, his turret or his ult doesn't give any, but if you use his right click, it actually gives 10 per shot, which gives Top an impressive 20 fish a second. It may seem that Bastion should be high up on this list, but Bastion actually only gets 1 fish a bullet. By going to his turret form, he is able to unload the bullets at a rate of 30 bullets a second, so this gives Bastion a score of 30. Pharah is an exciting one. She does get 1 fish for each rocket that connects with the hole. So if you use a barrage, that gives you a total of 30 fish a second. You can also squeeze in an animation cancel with the primary fire, so that gives Pharah a total score of 31. Each shot from Reaper's shotgun actually gives him 20 fish. Although his Blossom doesn't actually give any fish, this puts Reaper at a total of 40 fish a second. This number is similar to Tracer as she also gets 1 fish a bullet, allowing her to unload a clip of 40 bullets for 40 fish per second, but you can also squeeze in a pulse bomb with Tracer, so that makes Tracer at a score of 41. Well, for the tanks, let's get these out of the way first. The fastest way for Ryan and Winston to fish is just to use their melee, which gives them a score of 1 fish a second. Zarya isn't any better, although you can use a right click together with a melee to animation cancel. This only puts Zarya at a score of 2 fish a second, which is also the same as Sigma, who fires his balls at a rate of 2 fish a second. Doomfist's Meteor Strike does not give you any fishes, so the fastest way for him to get is just shoot into the well. He gets about 10 fish per shot, so that gives him a roughly 30 fish a second. Orisa's Javelin and ult does not give you any fish, but she does get about 2 fishes per bullet, so that gives Orisa at a score of 20 fish a second. Each shot from Jungle Queen gives her 10 fishes. Squeezing in a knife throw in between, you can actually get a total score of 21 fish a second. Both Ramatra and Wrecking Ball fish the fastest using their primary, which gives them both a score of 25. Each of Diva's primary fire gives her 10 fish. She is able to squeeze in about 7 shots a second, which gives her primary a total of 70. But she can also weave in a micro missiles while shooting her primary, which gives her an additional 6, resulting in Eva having a total score of 76 fish a second. And finally we came to Roadhog. Sadly his hook does not give him any fishes for some weird reason, but for each of Roadhog's pellet grants him 1 fish. Hence, to get the highest rate of fire, we use Roadhog's whole hog, which shoots a total of 128 pellets a second. So if you want to build a comp that can fish the fastest, you get a Hog, Reaper, Tracer, Baptiste and Mercy. Now please send help.